Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dark Souls, the tabletop version of Dark Souls the board game. It exists. We have it on Tabletop Simulator. I know the rules, I think, and we're going to play it. I'm joined for this expedition by our two white phantoms, I suppose. That's
sure.
I don't play much Dark Souls. Don't know if you noticed that.
I mean,
I'm white enough for anybody, so
yeah, I think so. That's Mathas and NerdCubed. Welcome.
Hooray!
we are
Mathas,
here.
he's my
Yay,
favorite.
Dan, you're my newest favorite.
Ah,
You.
You.
Well, we've had a miserable day when it comes to trying to stream things, so
It's true.
we thought we'd just cap off the misery by doing Dark Souls, the board game, which is a super hard dungeon crawly board game brought to you by Steamforged, the British company that made Guild Ball. They got the official license to Dark Souls. They kickstarted the hell out of it, made a huge amount of money. The physical edition came out last week before maybe. I have my physical copy. I took it to MomoCon. We played it a little bit. By a little bit, I mean it took us about an hour and a half to set up.
Damn.
And then we sort of slogged through the rules and eventually rushed our way to the first mini-boss.
How was it? Because I wasn't there for that.
It was pretty good. But it was definitely a bit slow on the initial setup. The box is full of tiny little components. We had to organize all of those. Thankfully, the virtual version of it on Tabletop Simulator doesn't really have many of those problems.
Oh, really?
It's all pretty much ready to go in many ways. So
Hooray!
I could pretty easily explain the rules to you, or we could just get going. We even have a cool little custom dice area right here. I'll show you what happens if we put stuff in here. If I throw like a blue dice in here, red dice in here, and then right-click and it does that. Look at
Wow,
that.
very fancy.
Whoa, what's that
Fancy.
doing?
Oh, yeah.
Are we making some sort of stew in Zelda? That's what that looks like.
It's something
It's even
along
got the
those
little
lines,
song.
Yeah,
I
the
bet if we
same.
keep clicking it, Louise, too many particle effects, it'll all break. It'll be great.
But then Uplay will start working. Hooray!
No, that will never happen. Also, they almost never stop rolling, it would seem. But, there you go. Credit to them for that. Okay, so here's how Dark Souls board game works in a nutshell. This is a cooperative board game. But it's quite similar to the real game, Dark Souls. So there's a few elements you'll recognize from this. We as a party, we're going to pick from one of 4 Dark Souls-y kind of starter characters. The Assassin, the Herald, the Knight, and the Warrior. They all start with really terrible starter gear, an Estus Flask, a Heroic Action, and a Luck Token, which lets them do 1 reroll. They're also going to start with these cards right here, which are their kind of specific pieces of equipment. They're going to be added to a giant random-ass treasure deck that you're going to make your way through and constantly realize that you don't have the proper stats to use anything in there. Yeah, it's a bit of a dick like that. At the bottom of the character sheet, there are 4 sets of stats: strength, dexterity, intelligence, faith. The sole purpose of these is to dictate what gear you can use and what gear you can't use yet. At the bottom of that, there is a combined endurance and health bar. If for any reason you fill this up, the entire party dies immediately.
The whole party?
Yes, the whole one. Yeah, whole party. I don't know if that's a Dark Souls kind of thing. If you summon phantoms to help you in co-op, if one of you dies, you all die.
Only
Is that how it works?
if the one who did the summoning dies will the.
Well, in this game, they just kill you completely. So, yeah, if any of us dies for any reason, the whole party wipes. And just like the game, we drop all of our souls in the place that we died. We go back to the bonfire over here, and we try desperately to make our way back. Oh, and of course, everything respawns, because it's Dark Souls.
If you die
So what
again,
we're gonna be
does all your gear go away?
Oh, no, you keep your gear.
Okay.
That's cool. But you lose what's called a spark. And that's represented here. We'll have 3 sparks, I believe, on this run, because there's 3 of us. So it's balanced, so you can do a 1-player run if you like. You get a bunch of bonus sparks. When we run out of sparks, that'll be our last run. If we die when the sparks are gone, we are dead completely and we lose the game. So
Cool.
there is that.
Ooh.
This game is going to involve moving through a number of rooms, which I'm going to pull from a tile bag. And I'm going to build these rooms as we go, so it kind of works a little bit like this. So I'll pull a tile out, and then I kind of match it up here. And that gives us a dungeon. And for each of these rooms, there's going to be an encounter card from tier 1, 2, or 3. On that encounter card, it's going to tell us what monsters we're going to fight, whether or not there's a treasure chest in the room, whether or not there are traps on these purple areas, these little nodes right here. We're going to fight it. We can't leave the room until we've beaten it or died. Once we've beaten it, we get a number of souls dictated by how many monsters were in the room. And if there's a treasure chest, we get some treasure. That's pretty neat. When we make our way through the dungeon, we'll eventually make our way to the mini-boss room, which has a fog gate on it. Once we pass through the fog gate, the mini-boss will spawn in its boss room. We've got a bunch of bosses over here. We can fight one of 4 different mini-bosses from the game, the Boreal Outrider Knight, the Titanite Demon, the Winged Knight, or the Gargoyle. If we beat it, the whole dungeon resets, and we put in a main boss, either the Dancer of the Boreal Valley or Executioner Smo and Dragon Slayer Ornstein. Those are the 2 ones that are currently available. When the dungeon resets, so do the encounters, and we get harder ones. But we also get to throw some better items into the treasure deck, which includes some legendary items and some transposed better versions of our gear. So we do get to upgrade. When we do the run again, we make our way to the main boss room, we fight the main boss, and either we kill the main boss and win the game, or we run out of sparks and we lose the game. Pretty much as simple as that. That's how it works. But as to how you fight and all that kind of thing, I'm going to be explaining that as we go along. So first things first, we're going to pick our characters. So Dan, why don't we start with you? You can have one of these 4 characters. Which one do you want?
I will be the warrior.
The warrior. Yep,
Yes.
very much the tanky kind of guy. As you can see,
Yes.
he's got best starter armor. He's got a good, solid starter weapon and a round shield. He's a pretty tough fella. You can see his base stats right here. He prioritizes, for the most part, strength, but he's fairly dexterous as well, not particularly smart. So you're going to be prioritizing that kind of gear. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you 2 piles of 5 cards here. You've got transposed weapons, so these are the really good weapons. That's for later. You don't get to play with those yet, but you do get these 5 cards right here. They're going to go in the overall treasure deck, which we're going to hide on our bonfire square. So they go in there. You have a good chance of getting that stuff. That stuff is pretty much tailor-made for you. That means that it's, you know, the logical stat progression you're going to go for, the kind of role that you want to fill. You can wear stuff that's not tailor-made for you. That's a thing you can do, but it really depends on what your stats are. So they're in there, and as for these transposed items, I'm going to hide them over here for the time being. If we make our way through the mini-boss, that's going in the deck. All right, Mathas, you have one of 3 characters left. Which would you like?
I'm going to go for what I hope is a somewhat supporty character with the Herald.
The Herald, yes, that's exactly what the Herald is. He starts with a talisman, which is something that can regenerate health. That's a pretty cool thing he can do. And he's most likely going to get spells, more likely than other people. So these are your 5 starter cards. They're going to go into the treasure deck over here, which is where the Firekeeper and the Blacksmith are hanging around. We're going to shuffle that up there. And the 5 transposed cards, they're going to head over here for the time being. Hopefully we'll get far enough later. You also notice on your cards, while you have all of these basic pieces of equipment, there are little slots below them. These are for upgrades, so you can get things which will upgrade your weapons and your armor, like a Titanite shard would upgrade the damage of your weapon. A lot of them have stats requirements. We'll hope to get them because, in particular with the Herald, the base spear is a piece of shit.
Hooray!
However, it does have reach. It's currently the only weapon to start with that can reach more than into melee combat. So you don't have to be on the same node as the enemy, which means the enemy isn't punching you in the face, which the enemies are, well, they just tend to do that a lot. Let's just put it that way. So we have, you know, strong punchy in the face character. We have a kind of sporty character. That's pretty cool. I am going to go with the assassin. It's exactly what you would expect. Very stabby, rolly, dodgy kind of character. So I'm going to take my 5 cards. All the way over there. Flip them over. In they go. Hopefully I'll get those sooner rather than later. And as for my transposed cards, they can be put to the side. All right. So the only one character we're not playing is the knight. So you can take your little standee. You can take your character and place him for the moment over on the bonfire square. There we go. Now, we can return to the bonfire whenever we want, but just like Dark Souls, when we return to the bonfire, all encounters respawn. And every time we return to the bonfire, it's going to use one of the sparks. We only have 3, so we don't want to be doing this too much, but we're going to have to do it at some point, because it's the only way we can go back and level up our stats and also get the blacksmith to keep giving us treasure. So we're going to spend souls on either stat ups or treasure cards, which we're going to leave here, and we're going to use when we need them. This area over here is going to represent souls. We could even top them up right there. Nice little feature of this tabletop version. So everything we got right now is on our card. Right, the only thing we're left to do before we start setting up the dungeon is pick our first mini-boss. And that's going to determine the encounters we've got. So we've got 4. Boreal Outrider Knight, Titanite, Demon Wing Knight, and Gargoyle. So, Dan, I'm going to leave it up to you. Which of these 4 would you like us to fight?
Gargoyle.
Gargoyle it is. All right, so the Gargoyle will be our boss for the time being. I'm going to pop him over here. Over there. There we go. So this Gargoyle card's going to tell us about how we're going to set this up. So there are going to be 4 encounters in rooms. So that means we're going to set up 5 rooms in total because one of them's going to have the fog gate on it. And we're going to have 3 tier 1 encounters and 1 tier 2 encounter. So that seems like a pretty good start, you know, something that's not horribly unreasonable. So if I recall correctly on the setup, we're going to have those rooms. We're going to set them up and we're going to put some stuff in it. And then there's going to be a room with a fog gate on it. I think I'm setting this up correctly. I'm sure someone in the chat will probably yell at me if I'm not. But hey, there we go. So we'll have a square here. There we go. So that's 1, 2. And then we'll take another one from here. We'll flip this one over because they're double-sided. So that one kind of goes there. Nice, nice. Maybe we'll take this one here. So those are the 4 rooms we're going to be heading into. And last but by no means least, maybe at the end here, we're going to have that room with the fog gate on it. So we're going to take a boss tile. There we go. So this is a... Oh, look at that. It's got a nice carpet on it. Isn't that lovely?
That's the real treasure.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. So that can be our boss room. To represent that it's the boss room, it's going to have a fog gate. We're going to put that right here. There we go. All right. Now, in terms of what's going what, we've got some decks right here. We're going to shuffle these up. We're going to put one of these cards on each. There's going to be 1 tier 2 encounter and 3 tier 1. We don't know what they are yet. So we're going to pop that there. We're going to put one here. We're going to put one there. Maybe at the end, we're going to have that tier 2 encounter, something a little bit tougher. So bear in mind, it's kind of like Dark Souls, so it's a little bit grindy. Chances are we're not going to run all the way through this and then immediately go after the boss, because we're probably going to have no gear whatsoever, no stats. We're going to be absolutely shit, and it's going to one-shot us. Simply how it goes. So I was like, I don't think that's a boss tile. Well, it was in the boss tile bag, so I certainly hope it's a bloody boss tile. Certainly looks kind of like one to me.
Carpet is definitely what a boss would have.
Yeah, it's got lovely carpet on it. Let me.
Oh, heavens, collapse. It's rubbish, that is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
See,
that's...
put carpet in the room, you can't even see the destroyed bridge.
Yep, that's what the bag says, so we're going to go for it. Besides, we're not going to reach that in a while anyway, so if it turns out being horribly wrong...
die in the first room, it really doesn't matter.
We most likely will. All right, so we're basically about ready to go, but there is one thing we do need to grab, and that is this little token right here. This is the activation token. So it's going to start on one of us, and it's going to be passed around every encounter. That's going to indicate who gets to move first. And whoever is currently the player is usually the one that has the aggro. That's the one a lot of monsters are going to run towards. So we get a bit of a decision there because we decide who enters the room first. So, in other words, we send Danny.
I was going to say, just send in the wall.
Yep, you're gonna send in the warrior first, most likely, and we kind of spread out. And most of the monsters do tend to aggro towards the person that went in first, but that's not necessarily true because monsters do have different little bits of behavior. So I think when I enter the first room, I'm going to teach you how everything works because most of this game is fighting. So we will.
I like that. Go in that room filled with monsters, and then maybe I'll teach you how to fight monsters.
Absolutely, I'm feeling confident about your abilities here. We do have these little. I have to sort of rotate this thing. I don't know how it actually works in Tabletop Simulator. I'm not having a lot of... Oh, who did that?
Me.
Who managed that? Set it to 3. I don't know how you're doing it, but set it to 3.
Okay, I can do it.
Lovely. You're the only person who this seems to work for some reason.
Hang on, I'll do that.
How are you doing it?
You click on it, and then you mouse wheel scroll.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and you can change the degrees on the top. There you go.
All right, that's it. Perfect. So that means we have 3 sparks. So we will want to go back to the bonfire, but not too much. Apparently, the boss tiles should have a red skull icon on them. Yeah, they probably should, but Maybe that one was a mistake. Aha! Looks like this was in there for the wrong reason. So we're gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna put this in the regular bag, I think. Yeah, this is a boss tile. That one certainly is not. So it's probably there. It's probably a mistake. There we go. Somehow we fit it in that bag. That's why they go back in the boss tile one. There we go. This is our magical boss room. That looks much more bossy. You know, it's got the big skull on it.
And a staircase.
There we go. You put the fog gate. Lovely. Thank you for the help. Much appreciated. All right, we're gonna rock and roll. So when we enter a room, we get to choose where we stand. You can have up to 3 things, either players or monsters, on a single node. All of these little circles are nodes. We're going to move around to any node that's kind of adjacent. So I'm thinking, yep, in you go, Dan. You can go and experience
Be brave,
what's in the
Dan.
room.
Be brave for mother.
Indeed. As the assassin, we know where they're going to spawn. You've got 2 spawn icons right there. So I was thinking, maybe I can stand over there, but there is the issue that I don't know what that terrain is. So I don't think I can stand on that. So maybe I just go... I'm going to stand in the corner right here. I can always roll around like an idiot. I am assassin after all.
Oh, God.
So, and as for you, Mathas, yeah, choose between one of the 2 I think that we stood on. I'm pretty sure we can't start on terrain. I might be mistaken. You can just put us next to anyone else. Not like that.
We died
immediately.
I'm preparing for death early.
Immediately lose a spark. All right, so we managed to get into a room. That's the first challenge. Flip it over. We are in the Forgotten. This means there is a barrel. Yeah, very fancy. You have to like expend stamina to roll through it. It's probably one of the dumbest gimmicky mechanics I've ever seen.
Is it as satisfying as when you do it in the game?
Kinda, yes. There's a nice little crunchy sound, and you use the stamina to get through it. So what do we spawn? We spawn what looks like 2 hollows and a great Silver Knight Archer, by the looks of it. So it goes off of those icons right here. So there we go, there we go. It's just a regular run-of-the-mill hollow. They're nice and easy. We can twat them no problem at all. But there are 2 of them. There's one, and there is another. They're both going to start on that square. But that Grey Knight Archer, Great Knight, Silver Knight Crossbow, I don't even know what they're called. I don't play Dark Souls. It's all the way over there. So it's going to be a dick.
And it's got,
Someone's
it's the
have to deal
Archer.
with it.
In the game, those guys
Yeah,
are pains in the ass.
Oh, yep. This one is a pain in the ass as well. So there are cards for these to tell us what they do. So I'm going to move them closer to the board so everybody can read them there. There's one.
Great.
And here's another. And I'm going to explain to you what all these little icons mean so that we can actually fight this. Okay. Cool. All right, here we go. So we've got a Hollow Soldier and we've got Great Knight Bowman. Both of these have 1 health. So all we need to do is get some damage past their armor and they'll die. But in this game, combat works in a way that heavily favors the attackers. It's a bit of a dick like that. The attackers get to activate first. They do what the card says, and then one of us gets to attack back. Then they all hit us again. And then one of us gets to attack back.
All right.
Yeah, it's monstrous. So there is a behavior. So they kind of act like AI here. So in the case of the Hollow Soldier, the first thing it does is move 1 space towards the closest player character. So that's kind of adjacent nodes. If there are multiple player characters that are close by, it will move towards the one with the highest current threat value on their character card. So you've got that written on your card right there. It's the little number next to your name. So the warrior, needless to say, has one of the highest threat values. So they're probably coming in your direction, most likely. Bear in mind, we can only have up to 3 models on 1 node. If they can't fit on the node, they're going to go in the direction of somewhere they can go. After that, they are going to attack the nearest character for 4 physical damage. And you will either try and block it, which means you're rolling against your armor value, or you're going to try and dodge it, which is a move that takes 1 stamina, and it rolls against its dodgeability kind of stat. So where my little hand is right there, you see to the right, that's how many dice, that's what number you have to beat when you're rolling your dodge roll. If you fail a dodge, you take the full damage amount. 4 is like almost half your health. So even the weakest thing in the game hurts like a motherfucker. Now, as for taking it on the chin, as for blocking it, you take the amount of damage, you roll dice equal to your whole equipment's block value. So in the case of, like, say if you were trying to block it, Dan, which you probably would, you'd be looking at your cards. The first thing on the left is your physical block amount. So that's 1 black dice, 2 black dice. You'd roll 2 black dice. If you roll the same amount as the damage, it's entirely deflected. You don't take any. If you roll anything below that, you minus that from the damage, and you take that much damage. Simple as that for resisting damage. And your little health bar down the bottom is how you're going to track that. As I mentioned, that's both endurance and health. So if you fill that up at any point, the entire party wipes. So please don't wipe. All right.
That's right, Dan. Don't fuck it up for the rest of us.
Yep. You may die. Okay, so I'm going to do the first thing, which is I'm going to activate, and I'm going to move these guys, and I'm going to do what it says in the card, and then, only then, does Dan get to actually hit them
If I'm still alive.
If you are still alive. So they're going to move towards the closest, which is you. You go. Boing, boing, boing. What does the Great Bowman do? It shoots first and then moves away from the current aggroed player if it can. So it gets to attack first. It is going to shoot the player with aggro. Guess who that is? It's Dan.
Dan.
Yes, indeed. I think this one also hits anyone that's currently sitting on the node. Thankfully, that's just Dan right now. So first things first, it's going to shoot you for 4, Dan. Do you want to attempt to dodge it? Or
If
do
I
you
dodge
want to
it,
attempt to block
I
it?
move nodes or do I
You
stay
do.
in the same place?
You can choose to roll sideways like a dork if you dodge. It
If
will
I
take
roll
one step
sideways
and
like
do
a
it.
dork and land on another node, what do those two do? Do they just sit there because they've already done their move?
That's exactly what they do, yes.
So they won't attack me?
Yep.
I feel like the roll, therefore, would be the best strategy in this case.
True, but you are a bit fat. So how
Whoa, all right.
you've got big armor. You can roll 1 dice to evade.
Ah,
so
good.
and you've got to beat the value of 1. So you'd have to roll a 2 on a black die. And all the dice are over here. Black die has, let's see, I think at least one side of it as a 2. Mostly it's 1s and 0s though.
Oh, there's zeros on it? Oh, I thought
yeah.
it was
Yeah, I think it's a 1 in 33% chance you've got to dodge in that. Bear in mind, armor-wise, you roll 2 black die and then subtract from it. So, yeah, you're going to be taking a pounding, but you're going to take some damage. It's really up to you. What do you want to do?
I'm glad they integrated the fat roll from the video game into the board
Yep,
game.
fat roll is in this game, no doubt.
Right now, I'm not super into the fat roll.
Okay, you want to tank him?
I think I'm going to have to tank him.
All right, so you have 2 black die worth of tanking capability. We're just going to... Don't know what these bloody things are doing. Ah! Nope. We want these dice out of here. They are the wrong dice for this game. I don't even... How do you get rid of them in this stupid little thing?
Oh, God.
It's a lovely little setup, but I want it to stop. Could...
Just back
Please.
Hang on.
How do we stop it? I don't actually know how to stop this. We could just roll it on
I
the
did
table.
it. Whee!
Oh, how do you lift it? Why can't I lift it? I probably set up for some scripting thing. My hand isn't working correctly.
I can only lift it when they're in the air. If you knock them in the air, you can grab them when they're in the air
Oh.
and then pull them out.
Oh, all right. All right, okay.
That's
there we go.
really weird,
Okay.
but okay.
Yeah, that's a bit awkward. All right, so you're rolling 2 black dice, so feel free to
Yes.
grab a couple from the black
Are they
pouch
in
there.
In
There
the
you
black
go.
pouch.
Put them in there, and then you can use the magical rolling. There we go.
Here we go.
All right,
Be
so
lucky,
this is the first
son.
attack. This is the first attack. You're going to take 3 of these. All right, you take 2 damage.
Ow.
Take a little black token from your baggie and put it starting left. Oh, never mind. It's actually red. Never mind. Take it away. Sorry, that's stamina. Red is damage. Yep. Take 2 red. Nah, start from the left. Always start from the left on this. Yeah, I know. It kind of goes that way. It's a bit weird. There you go. So you've taken 2 damage. Bear in mind, once we finish the encounter, all of that clears out.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
it's
good.
not bad. Yeah, so as long as we beat the encounter, you get all your health back. All right, second attack is coming in from a hollow. It's exactly the same situation. Hitting just as hard. So you roll 2 more black die, so feel free to just click it again.
I'm going to
See what you
roll
get.
them black dice. Here we go.
I have faith. I have faith. It's actually.
Of course you do. You're
I was gonna
Harold.
say it's my best. It's my best stat actually.
Is it your best stat? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
garbage.
oh,
Take 1.
Three.
So you
You only
take.
take 1. That's not bad. That's all right. You're probably
one
going to
damage.
flatten at least one of them this turn. So,
Hooray!
all right, you get 1 more, and then you get to hit one of them.
I'm going to kick the crap out of one.
Oh, you absolutely are. They are the weakest enemy in the game.
Oh,
2 more damage.
Two.
You have taken a bit of a beating, but you're all right. You're fine.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, once per bonfire visit, you can use an Estus as a free action to completely restore your health and stamina. So just bear that in mind. Only other 2 things I didn't mention, you've got 1 reroll token. So if you roll really badly, you can flip the reroll token over, which is the one to the right, to reroll 1 die. And the top is your heroic action, which for you is Berserk Charge. Once per activation, the warrior may move 1 node without spending stamina. The next range 0 attack he makes costs 0 stamina and gains, I think that's AoE, hits everything on the node. So, yeah.
Nah.
All right, you ready to hit a monster?
Yes, I'm always ready to hit a monster.
All right, so you have your weapon is currently a battle axe. You've got 2 attacks you can do, a light or a heavy. So your light attack rolls 2 black die. Simple as that. Now, here's the nice thing for your current situation. This attack right here, your heavy attack, it takes 2 stamina, but it hits everything in the node. So you could kill 2 hollow pretty much immediately. I'm going to just double check the manual that I'm right on that, but 90% sure that I am. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it lets you do. So spending stamina, obviously it can be a bit risky if you do a little bit too much of it, but I think right now you're pretty much fine. You have a chance to wipe out both hollow soldiers if you wish.
That sounds like a plan.
All right.
So
Well, your 2 black die are already there, so feel free. You've got to beat their armor value, which is 1. So you only have to roll 2 or higher. Super easy.
2 or higher. I have
Yep.
faith. Da, 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 da. There is no God.
Did you fail?
He did. He failed.
You could burn your reroll if you want, but you only get 1 of them.
Yeah, I don't want to burn it now. Also, I don't want to die right now. Hang on, did that add stamp? Do I have to add more blocks into my bar of death?
Yeah, you have to add 2 black. Which is not good, because you could totally die next turn.
I know.
Yup. Do you want to use your Estus now before you get killed?
Does the Estus refill when we go back to the bonfire?
Yes.
I think I'll have to use the Estus.
All right, flip the Estus and take all your tokens away.
Bling.
Estus on turn 1. All right.
Welcome to Dark Souls.
This really is Dark Souls.
Is
All
this
right.
a supposed to lose fight? They normally have these at the start.
No, it's one of the easiest fights in the game.
So when does the reroll reset?
When you go back to the bonfire.
Bonfire? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. All right, the activation token stays on you, but the threat token, which I forgot to bring out of here, now goes on the next player, which would be going clockwise order, me. All right.
Good.
So I am the current one under threat. Now, there was a movement for the Silver Knight Archer, but he's as far away from us as possible right now. So we go, oh, what did you do?
Nothing.
Why did you do this thing?
Tabletop sim. Tabletop
Okay, I'm
sim.
hoping Rewind Time fixes this. It didn't. That didn't fix anything. Is there an undo button? No. Okay. Well then, let me move this out of the way and reset it. God damn it, whoever did that.
Yeah, Mathas.
Don't even, Dan.
So you're not allowed.
See,
anymore.
I told you were a Romulan and not a Vulcan earlier.
That's just racist because I had a beard.
You had evil eyebrows too.
My Lord. Can I pick this up with stuff still on it and not ruin everything?
Nope.
Dan,
What I was doing, I rotated the Great Bowman around and I accidentally clicked on the table.
Flipped
and
everything? Yeah.
And so everything
Let's
got
not do
flipped.
that again. Okay. I was in this, and Mathas, where did you go? Oh, you went right back to the bonfire. Okay.
oh, sweet.
Get out of
I didn't
there.
go far. Beautiful.
Apparently there's a hollow in the bonfire as well. I'm not sure that's canon.
That's
though.
unfortunate.
Okay. I'm going to pick this up. You're going to leave it be. Oh, somebody mucked up the alignment of this. It's all... God, it was so nice before you arrived. All right.
I like to ruin things.
Careful. Careful.
Beautiful.
Hey, well done.
All right. As I mentioned, enemies attack way more than we do. So we've restarted the turn. The aggro's now on me, but they're still following their behavior. So the Silver Knight, now he's going to shoot at me, not you, because he shoots at the guy that's aggroed. So you don't get shot at, Dan. You're good, but he is going to shoot at me. I'm going to attempt to dodge this. I only need to beat 1, and I get 2 black dodge dice as the assassin. That comes from my gear. I have a black, two dice, 1 for my target shield, 1 for my assassin armor. So I'm going to roll it up. What do we get? I only need to beat 1, which I absolutely do. So not only do I not take any damage, but I get to roll like a dork. So I'm going to start rolling towards the bowman. There we go. That does take 1 stamina, unfortunately.
Just leaving Mathas with 2 people about to run at him.
He'll be all right.
Exactly.
He'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
He's not even looking in the right direction.
I'm
Nice.
I'm contemplating this fantastic
I'm going to
wall.
lock this tile. Oh, according to this, it's already locked. So I'm not entirely sure how you flipped it, but...
I locked them all now, because I thought they were locked. Really.
It's a weird... Can I turn physics off on this thing? No. Okay.
I locked everything. It's locked down.
So do the hollow soldiers end up chasing you now?
Yeah. So they do... No. They move towards the closest player.
So they're stuck.
They're already on that player, so they don't move. The bowman can't really move... Actually, it can move backwards from me, which it will. It can move here. So it's going to be over there for the time being. The hollow soldiers will attack Dan again.
Hey.
So you can either tank it or attempt to dodge it.
I'm tanking it and feeling it this time.
All right, do your rolls. Same as before, 2 black dice.
Here come the rolls. Oh, God.
You take 2.
You take 2.
I'll take
Alright.
2 little red damage.
Stamina and health on the same bar, because they are. You run out of stamina, you're probably going to die, just like in Dark Souls.
Makes sense. And then they got to do a second one. Yep.
Yeah.
Doop. Very bouncy dice. 3! Just 1 damage.
Lovely. Now it's my turn. I can actually run straight at that damn thing, and I have every intention of doing so. It's going to take me a little bit to get there. If I run, it burns 1 stamina per node I move. So I can burn 1, 2, 3 stamina to get into range of it, and then try and kill it. Worth it, I think. So 1, 2, 3, I'm over there. I'm going to punch him in the face. That's going to take me that 3 stamina. And I'm going to attack it. And you know what? I might just go all out on this one. I'll use my 3 stamina attack.
Ooh.
I'm using a lot of stamina. You do get 2 stamina back at the start of every turn, so not too bad. So that is 3 black die minus 1 from the total. I only need to beat its armor, which is 2. So I got to get a 3 or higher, and then it'll die. Off you go.
Ooh,
Please die.
Ooh.
Oh.
No!
Oh my God.
Get good!
I'm burning my reroll. I'm burning my reroll. I have to reroll 1 die only, I think.
Rubber dice, man.
Yep. I don't actually know how to do 1 die only in this weird setup, so I'm just going to kind of roll it outside. All right. Yes, it's dead. There we go. We got it. Lovely. So the Great Knight Silver Bowman is dead. And my reroll is done for the time being. Okay. Aggro token is now on Mathas.
Okay.
We only have 2 hollow soldiers left. They're going to move 1 towards the nearest, which would be you! Which is a bit of a problem, because your weapon is a polearm, which can't attack in melee range.
So
only 1.
So why aren't they still attacking Dan?
Oh, you're completely right. They moved towards
Hey,
they
listen.
are still on Dan.
You are throwing me under this bus so goddamn hard.
Thank you for pointing that out. Much appreciated.
Thanks. Great fun.
Yeah, Dan, you're fine. We can get these guys out of the way before you die. It'll be all right.
my Estus.
You're all right. You've got 7 little blocks left. You'll be fine.
I have faith, Dan.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, look where faith
Have a
got
little
us.
faith.
Right.
Well,
I'm gonna
yeah.
roll my
So the
2
spear
dice.
does have a range of 1. First things first, though, we're dealing again with 2 attacks. The black die.
Yep.
This.
Hang on, I'm just grabbing a dice.
How do you get these out? There's got to be an easier way of rolling it and then picking it up mid-air, surely.
There we go. I got rid of 1. Oh no, I didn't. It wouldn't leave. Leave. There we go.
Little weird setup.
All right, here we go. Woohoo! What do we got? Oh, come on.
That is really dangerous.
So you take 4?
I should do a reroll for
green.
I should.
Are they?
What dice are what?
Someone in chat's claiming dodge dice are green. We played the whole thing at Momocon rolling black dice for that. Are you absolutely sure?
Well, I guess we'll find out. Shall I re-roll one of those dice just to try and, save 1 or 2 bits of health?
I mean,
I'm gonna get hit
if you are
again.
about to die, it would probably be good that you do that, yes.
I'll flip my thing.
I'm in the process of trying to get the rule book back up. Hang on. No, that is a Discord link. That ain't gonna help.
We're the best at Dark Souls, guys.
There is a rule book here. It's just harder to search. Because if the green die, that might change a few things around. It would be good to know that now.
Oh, the book's open.
Wow.
Why am I doing this? I have a physical book right here. Hang on. Get it.
I was going to shake the dice.
What are you even wasting time with that for?
Mathas, blow on it. Cool. I'm going to keep shaking it until the master's back. Oh.
I own a physical game.
I like the
I'm
clinking
the
noise.
only entertainment right now. Shaking the dice.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are completely right. Wow, we played the whole thing at Momocon. Explain why Dodge seemed a bit more powerful than it actually was. The rulebook is very badly set out. Anyway, yeah. So you're doing that reroll?
Yeah, here we go.
Die horribly? All right, do it.
Whoa! That was terrible. I'll do that again. No, I just dropped it. It wasn't a roll. There we go. Yeah, say 0.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
So I take 11 damage anyway.
So you take what, 4?
Are you still alive?
Yeah, well, that's
Yes.
only 1 attack. He's got another attack to deflect, so...
Oh, for
now
God's sake.
Still got 3 health left, so I'm gonna be
As
fine.
long as it doesn't hit you for full damage and wipe the whole party, we'll be
You
fine.
gotta block at least 2 on this roll.
I gotta roll at least a number.
Yeah, I mean, a number would work.
Here we go.
Any sort of number, please. That would be great. Oh,
10.
okay.
Oh, all right. You take
Oh,
1. You
okay.
take 1.
Close
1
enough.
damage.
Okay, please don't die.
I'm trying.
If you can avoid it.
Can't. How can I? I don't think I can actually help you in any way.
No, you can give him stamina back with your talisman. You don't have a healing spell yet, so the answer is no, you can't really help him.
So red is your stamina?
No, black's his stamina, red's health.
Okay, so you were just using the opposite dice?
The best way to help him would be to kill one of those hollow soldiers immediately.
Kill him. Kill him now.
Gotcha. So then that's what I'm gonna have to go and do then. So it's my turn. Yeah. I move what, 1 up? Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't move at all.
Can I reach
Because
him?
if you do, I mean, you're adjacent to them. So I think that's adjacent. I wish they kind of made this a grid so it was clearer.
Yeah, I wish they had
think
little lines that would connect.
Yeah, so I'm going to assume that you are adjacent to that node. So you can poke, and you should.
I will poke with my spear, so I can
Probably
roll.
with the heaviest damage you can. So a heavy attack.
So it does what? I have 1 shield plus 1.
One black die plus 1.
All right, well, I'll give it a shot.
It's highly likely it will kill it. There's only 1 armor. You only have to beat 1.
Listen.
And you get plus 1. As long as you don't roll the blank side.
Hey!
Alright, it's dead.
So I took 3 stamina for that? Yes.
Yes,
Sure.
you did. So take 3 black cubes, put them there.
So Dan, those black cubes that you use, should they be red? Just so I keep an eye.
Red is health.
Yeah, and then
Black is
he got
stamina.
smacked. That's from him getting smacked.
Yeah, but he's about to lose 2 of those because it's his turn again. So It's not too bad. You can't die this turn. It's literally impossible.
Okay.
They can only do a maximum of 4 to you. Okay, so we reset again. There's only one of these dudes left. It's going to take a swing at you for 4, so you know the drill by now.
Yep. Roll my 2. All right. Hang on. Do I lose? Do you say I get endurance back or something each turn, or is this a turn?
Yeah, you lose 2 black stamina. They're gone every time. Every time we go around, it'll take 2 stamina away.
Sweet. Oh wait, hang on. I got hit for stuff. Have I even put the wrong blocks down?
That's what I was asking. I think you put the wrong blocks down. Those were.
Oh, so yes,
no,
you
that's
completely
down.
did.
Yeah, those
Is
all
it
should
all
be.
health?
Yeah, that all should be red.
Oh, so you
that's
absolutely
my bad.
can die this turn then if you take full damage. Please don't die.
Anybody want to lend me an Estus flask?
Just like
We
toss
can't
you my
do that.
Estus.
That does
Why?
not work.
Why can't you do that? You just don't like sharing.
Did you? So, yes. So it was all that. You didn't do anything that used stamina. Also, that's wrong. You had 3 left.
I thought I had
You
2
didn't
left.
No, you didn't. You had 3.
I had 2 left.
Take the 3,
Why
man.
would you make this harder?
Just take the 3.
I like to play fair.
You had 3 left.
I had 3 left, and actually all of it was stamina, and I brought a Monster Energy drink with me,
But
so I feel fine now.
this is why I'm confused, because you did a heavy attack, which means you absolutely did use stamina last turn, which means you should take that stamina off. But because
I used my Estus after that turn, didn't I?
doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, absolutely, completely 100% right. Yep, ignore me. Right.
The
This
Twitch
is it.
has literally no idea if it was 2 or 3.
Of course they don't. But you're right, you did use your Estus and you completely reset it. If you rolled a double blank side here, we wipe on this room. Please don't do that. I think it's a 1 in 36 chance of doing it.
It's a
You're
1.
fine. Well, fine-ish. All right, you take
that's
1
true.
health's worth of damage, only 1.
Only 1.
No, 2.
So you wouldn't have died regardless of what it is.
Wait, why do I take 2?
He does 4.
Okay, you're completely right. Yeah, 1 more. Ignore me.
Is it late already?
Don't worry, I'm
Yeah,
here.
3 and 2. Okay, so you got
God.
1 pip left, which means, by the way, you can't use your heavy attack or you'll instantly die.
Just
So
died in the
you
corner.
know. You've
Okay,
used
well,
your reroll, you've used your Estus, you can use your heroic
I
action,
found
but
a
it's
friend. I've done
entirely...
everything.
So, yeah, you can...
He can light
I
attack.
think your Berserk Charge would let you do a heavy attack for 0. I think that's how it works, and just choose not to move.
Well,
But I
doesn't
think
the
you-
heavy attack just do the same, but with...
Yes, which is why it's pointless. So you
Areas,
just go for your black dice roll. If you don't kill it, you're very likely wiping the party.
Hooray! So what do I need to roll to kill this?
2. A total of 2.
Yeah,
Total
2 or
of 2.
higher. That's all you need. It's not that much.
You say that now. Good luck, dice!
Please, for the love of God, kill it.
Oh no.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
All right, it ain't over yet. It ain't. He could block magically. He could roll 2 2s.
I could try a fat roll and dodge all the damage.
No, because if you dodge, that gives you.
If you dodge, it uses 1 stamina, you'll die.
No, I'll just die.
There is one thing you can do, I think, and I'm not. I've got to assume it's just something you can do. If you did Berserk Charge, you could Berserk Charge away from that monster.
Once I start during the activation, the warrior may move 1 node without spending stamina. Can I do that now? Is that in the rules?
I think so. The problem with you doing that is the behavior of this guy is it moves 1 node towards the closest player, and the priority is on the person with highest threat, which is, by the way, you. So it's going to get right back into combat with you and go after you again, regardless of what you do. So yeah, yeah, you have to try. You can't even dodge, Dixit. You have to resist all damage,
You need a miracle block.
or we wipe and go back to the bonfire and have to do that again.
Cool. Good.
That's rough. Okay. Such as it is,
Yeah.
the threat token moves over to me. You must survive the hollow swing.
All right, Dan. Come
Or we
on,
wipe.
man. You got this. I have
All
faith.
right. Stop
You must-
saying you have faith. It's done nothing for us so far.
It has lost us that every time, Mathas. We have no faith whatsoever, and rightfully so.
Okay.
It goes after the person who entered first over threat. Really? Does it? Does it? Sure about that? It doesn't matter because Dan's the one who entered first, so it's literally the same outcome. All right, you must beat this roll, or we are going back to the bonfire.
Here we go. I've always liked bonfires.
Please, please. No, it's disastrous. And we wipe in the first room.
It's so crazy. If one person goes, we all go. Good Christ. All right.
I'm going out because I'm angry. All right.
Welp, that was that. All right. We got no souls for obvious reasons.
Yep.
We lose 1 spark. And we try that again. We wiped in the first room. That was a tier 1 encounter. Probably the easiest setup we could have possibly asked for. All right. We're setting it up again then. That was just brutal. Oh my.
Oh, well, it's just been a day of failure.
It really
Whole
has.
map resets. Which, really, we only explored 1 room, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. Round 2. This is the beginner Dark Souls experience. Well, would you like me to go in first instead?
Do we reset all our health and stamina and everything?
Yeah, everything's back to the way it was. Flip all your tokens over that you used. Good God. The activation token moves 1, so the activation token's on me now.
At the end of this game,
souls
we're going to reveal
door.
that I'm a Cylon, and it's going to be the most mindfuck ending of all time. That's the only way I could have got out of that. Did the monsters stay the same? Does that kind of like spawn us that room?
Totally the same. Once we've seen them, we know what we're getting.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'd suggest maybe there's a better option, but really that setup is the best way to go in there. You just got really unlucky.
Yep. Oh, the barrel's on the wrong place. Whoop.
Yep, should be on the purple spot.
Thank you,
there.
person in the Twitch chat.
Okay, should we try that again?
No. Let's unadventure. Let's not adventure. We've tried the adventuring. We were terrible at it.
Time to
On second
retire.
thought,
Yeah,
This is a silly place.
Blacksmith. Actually, look at that
Alright.
blacksmith. Jesus, let's not be him.
all right, we're going in, and you're going in first, Dan. I believe in your ability to roll this time. Trust me.
I have
If
faith.
we both stand here, they can only move 1 hollow soldier into this node.
Oh,
So you can't get horribly murdered a bit, see? Yeah?
Better planning. It's better planning.
Some strategy right there.
Well, shouldn't it be Mathas then? It sits with me, so you can then roll up to the other guy and nut him.
Well, here's the thing. If he takes a swing at me, I can roll out of that, and that'll get me closer by default. So me being here is probably better. Also, it's a little bit closer than being over there, I think. Actually, no, it's never mind. It's the same distance, but yeah.
Okay.
The problem with Mathas being there is he's not going to be able to attack anything because of his spear. Spear is, you can't use it in melee range because for some reason you can only attack something that's sort of off to the side.
Weird.
Will it go if they can't go into the room that we are in, or the little bit that we're in, because we got 3? Will they go straight into him?
Yes, one of them will. One will.
Okay.
So it's splitting the mobs between the 2 of us instead of having them both go on you.
But he can't battle his one.
He can battle the one that's in our node, and he can get out of that node if he needs to. You can just move out of combat if you wish. Not a problem. Yeah, or he can dodge. Either way, both work. Okay, let's try this one again. So the first things first, Silver Knight, Great Bowman attacks the person that has aggro, which would be you. So same deal as before. You go for that resistance or you go for the dodge. I'm going to get a dodge dice out. I want to see like what's on which side. I think it's just either dodge or don't. I don't know how many there are on it. It looks like there's at least 2. Maybe it's a 50-50.
3. Yeah,
3, I think. Yeah. 50-50 or take some hits. I mean, initially you could take some hits, certainly.
Yeah,
but if it starts to get
we got a good
take some
strategy. Splitting them off, I think.
Oh, we did make a slight mistake. The the archer is AoE, so we're both gonna have to deal with it, but I'll roll out. It's fine. I've got 2 dodge dice. I can easily use that as an opportunity to roll towards the archer. So this is a strategy we got right here. All right, so it's gonna hit the both of us. You're gonna tank it, and I'm gonna try and dodge it.
Okay.
Give it a shot.
I'm gonna roll 2.
What is with your armor today? It's really rough. Okay, you take 3. I'm gonna take my 2 dice right here. All I need to do is roll. I think. Do I just roll 1 dodge, or do I have to roll 2? I mean, no. I guess. Yeah, it would have to just be 1, right? Because on these dice, that would literally be impossible to dodge anything. Okay, so yeah, I just need to roll a dodge. Which I do. So I do that. And I'm going to roll in the direction.
Wait, now both of those are going to roll into where I am and clobber me.
Perfect.
I mean,
Thank you.
They may do that. That is true.
Oh, God damn it.
So we did not quite think this one through, but never mind. You see,
it's not my fault we couldn't count Star Trek VR.
You see, what you could do is once they move in and try and clobber you, you could 1, dodge and roll into Mathas's square, or you can roll into my square, or you can just, after they swung at you and hit you in the face, you could move freely to either of these other squares. So you could do that, and we could split them up by having them move towards the closest people. Yeah? One way or the other.
Let them both hit me and then try for the area of attack damage to
You
massive
absolutely
thing.
could do that, yeah. I mean, you're going to go for the heavy attack. You're going to hopefully clobber them both this time instead of what happened last time where you failed to do anything. So, yeah.
So that takes 2 stamina, so I need to not take more than 4 damage in these 2 clobbering me.
Yeah. Archer backs away from me. No, Archer backs away from the one with aggro, which is currently... Yeah, so it can't back away any further, I think. Oh, actually, yeah, it can. It would back away this way. That's 1 node away. There we go. Yeah, so Hollow Soldiers are both moving into your node. They're both going for you. You know the dice. So you can either try that dodge roll, which would be a 50-50. Alternatively, you can try for the damage resistances. You've already taken 3. Maybe that dodge roll isn't such a bad idea.
But if I dodge and fail, then that's 4. And if I dodge and fail again, then I'm dead.
Yep.
I think I should tank it, hope that I get a few points, and then get the area of attack and take them both out at the same time.
Yeah, same tactic we did the first time around, but hopefully the dice don't screw you.
Actually work. No, hollows do not move towards the aggro player. That's not the same icon. They move towards the closest player, which is what they just did.
Let's roll something nice. I've never had a board game hate me as much as this one does.
It really does hate you a lot right now. Okay, so that's 2. It's not too bad. Again, you could still Estus again, and hopefully with that nice big swing... Oh, yeah, you're going to have to Estus... If you take more damage, you're going to have to Estus directly after this, because if you don't have 2 more blocks, you will instantly die again.
Here we go. 2. 2's not bad.
It's all right. So, yeah, you can afford to do your heavy attack. It will just only leave you with 1 empty block.
But then I'll Estus.
Yes, do the attack and then Estus to wipe the thing. That sounds smart. All right. You're going to kill him this time. I believe in you.
What do I have to roll on this dice again?
You need to overcome their armor, so you need 2. Simple as that. If you roll 2, they're both dead. Which is not that hard. I know. That's what should have happened in the first place.
Not that hard. Just 2. Here we go.
Just 2.
That's right. There you go. It's gone. They're both dead.
So that'll give you
what should happen in the first place.
2 stamina. All right.
Yeah. So, I mean, he is now almost dead. I would still Estus, honestly. Yep, wipe it. All right. Cool.
We did it, Twitch chat. Hey!
We did. I forgot to move the aggro token. It should have been on me now. All right. Aggro token is on me. There's only 1 monster left. It shoots at me because I am the aggro player. I am going to once again attempt to dodge it. It reset my stamina because it's my turn, so I'm down to 0 again. 2 dice for the dodge. Only have to roll 1. Bam, bida, bam, and we are absolutely not golden at all. I take 4 damage in the face. Yep.
Just
Just bam. All right. Should have seen that coming a mile away. Regardless of whether or not a dodge fail, I do get to actually do the move. So I will do that and roll closer. And then I'm going to run. 1, 2, ba-ba. So there's the 2 more stamina. And I'm going to attempt to hit it, not with my heavy attack, because that will, again, literally kill me. So I will use my basic attack. I do need to do 2, but I'm going to have to do 3 because it's -1. Yeah, that's just how it works. So here we go. And
Oh,
very
wow.
good.
There we go.
There we go. How it should be. Great. We actually beat a room. Isn't
Guys.
that lovely?
I participated.
Didn't even have to Estus, really, but there was a horrible risk that would have gone wrong and we would have died. So, you know, it's fine. Take all of that off, and we get 6 souls in our soul cache. We don't get to cash them in until we go back, but yeah, we have the 6 souls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. I'm gonna take these over here. Actually, you can. I don't even have to do that. They have a little counter on there. That's really helpful. That's just much easier. We have 6 souls.
Ooh.
Fancy.
But we could use a few more than that, so we're going to have to keep moving. All right, shall we move on?
Yes.
What's in the next room?
Yep.
Dan,
Sure it's 8. You
head
would be
on
completely
in.
wrong. For non-boss character, it is 2 souls per enemy. We fought 3, ergo 6. Basic arithmetic. All right. Dan, in you go. Have fun. Yeah. Off you go. Lovely.
Da.
That's, yep, good spot for you. Okay, flip this card, and what do we have? We are in the Ghostly Keep. We are against 2 hollow soldiers and a hollow crossbowman. There's a barrel and a treasure chest in here.
Ooh,
right.
treasure.
Lovely, yes, that means items. That is a good thing.
Hooray, good things. I forgot what they were like.
Yeah, it did go a little bit rough.
You have to not die in this room to see them and know how they are.
I mean,
though.
we can get them back. We just have to run back here and pick up the souls. Which so far, you know, it's not been going amazingly well.
Oh, God. Yeah, I have a question. Can chests be mimics?
No.
Thank God.
No mimics in this game. There are 2 hollow soldiers, and they're all the way over there. And there is 1 hollow crossbowman, which is something we haven't encountered yet. That's a magical damage enemy for some reason. And that means it's probably going straight through your armor, so you might want to avoid it. But it doesn't hit too hard. Yeah, crossbow hollow. It's this fellow right here. As you can see, his behavior, he moves back from the aggro player first, and then he does 3 magical damage to the aggro player. Not too bad. And weirdly enough, it spawned it right next to us, so it ain't going to live very long. All right. Good. Same as before, we got movement. First things first, hollow soldiers move towards the closest player. Who has the aggro token? That would be you, because you moved in. The activation token, however, does move to Mathas. Who? What? Where'd it go?
It's on
the
you.
The activation token just did... What?
Whoa! Oh!
It's in the board! There it is.
There we go. We're good. Aggro token is on Dan, because he walked through the door first.
Yeah.
They're going to move towards closest player with a priority towards threat or aggro. So this way. This is actually ideal, because this means...
I can reach them, no? Or because is the chest in a spot?
No. That's in that spot. Yeah, you can totally reach them.
I can't reach it? Okay.
Again, they really should have lines to connect these. It's a silly design.
Yeah. All right, good. So then I will do...
Well, it's not your turn yet.
Oh, yeah, they got to do their thing first.
It's active... yeah, they have to do their thing first, and then you get to poke it. So the crossbow hollow attacks the person with aggro, which is Dan. So it's going to attack you for 3 magical damage. Do you have any magic resist? It's the second stat. You actually do. You have 1 black dice worth of magic resist. Second stat right here. So it only hits for 3. You can attempt to dodge, or you can just reduce a little bit of damage and take a little bit of damage.
Well, I've had a lovely time, but you know, I'm going to try a dodge. I haven't done a dodge yet. Let's
feel free.
I'm going to roll a dodge. You ready for this? Here comes the dodge.
Failure. You do get to move. You take 3 damage. You do get to move 1 node. In fact, I think you have to move 1 node.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
So I mean, I guess you could roll right into the crossbow hollow, Oh, he moved. Sorry. He moves back one from the aggroed player first. Then he shoots. Yeah, so that'll be from you. So he's right there. You can move if you want.
It depends on where these guys, the hollow soldiers, are going to after me.
They're moving towards the closest player.
I thought it was the closest aggro player.
No, in case of the hollow, it's just the closest player. If two are equidistant, it goes off who has the aggro.
So if I go over here, no, I should sit here. I should get the treasure. No,
we're gonna get it after the encounter anyway. So I think you can stand on a treasure square. I might be wrong.
I feel like I should just stand here in case I needed.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna run up to this guy and stab it probably. But Mathas gets to go pokey on these soldiers before any of that.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll do, because I need to hit him for 2, right, to kill one off. And
yep,
I might as well take, I'll do the heavy attack. I'll do the 1 black die plus.
Yeah, almost guarantees you're killing one of them. Almost. So yeah, roll up 1 die, and then +1 in it. All you need is a 1. Just anything that's not a blank face, and 1 is dead. Lovely. So there we go. That's reduced things quite nicely. And that was your turn. So we go behavior again. So they move in the order of, there's like a threat number here. So the regular hollows move first, followed by the crossbow. So they're going to move towards the closest, which, yeah, that's not, yeah. So it would move on to the treasure square, I think. I can't imagine they're actually allowed to stand on the treasure chest. That doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? So it would actually move. Yeah, so the closest is actually you, so it would actually have to move. Was it here in the first place? It was. Yeah, so it actually.
It started top corner in the red.
It did, and then it moved 1 towards Mathas. Yeah, now it's moving on to Mathas' square again.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. You'll be able to get out of that. Pretty sure it can't stand on where the treasure chest is, although.
Yeah, those things aren't a threat at all, Mathas. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, they're definitely fine.
Totally fine. So they do take is going to take a swing at you, Mathas, for 4. You're reasonably armored. You have a shield and herald armor. You're actually just as well armored as Dan is. So you'll be fine.
All right, I'm going to roll to just block it. I'm just going to try and
my armor saved me.
Try and block it, I guess.
You have the aggro token now.
All right.
Yeah, just roll your 2 black dice. No, they can't stand on treasure. Yeah, it makes total sense. All right, you take 2. That's not too bad.
That's not bad.
That's all right. You can totally deal with that. All right, crossbow dude moves away from the player with aggro, which is you. So he's in the corner now. Oh wait, you shouldn't have aggro. Whose turn is it? I'm moron, aren't I? Yeah, Mathas, you already took your turn. It's Dan's turn. Yeah, Dan has aggro. I mean, it's still right, but yeah. Yeah, so Dan has aggro. It's going to shoot at Dan again.
Right.
I'd just go for block resist on this, maybe. It's entirely up to you, though. So you got your 50-50.
I only get the 1. Yeah. I got the 1 dice.
1 black dice.
I'm going for it. Here we go.
Yeah.
And 2, please.
Or 0.
3 straight damage. You are a sponge. I will give you that. It's incredible. You are the tank somehow.
I am a tank made out of Jacob's cream crackers. That's all you have right now. And it's raining.
You've got a few options here. You could do your heroic berserk charge right into the corner and splat that crossbow hollow. You can run up to the crossbow hollow, which would take you 2 stamina to get there, leaving you with not a lot at all, although with a regular attack, you could probably kill it. So, kind of up to you as to what you decide to do here.
I feel like running at it and getting rid of it before it murders us.
Do it up.
Because it's going to shoot. It's going to shoot at me again, isn't it?
It shoots at the player with aggro, which would actually be the next person in line. So it's going to shoot at me next, which I'm fine with. I can easily dodge that. If you want to just leave that guy alone and go soldier instead, you could do that as well. They're both equal distance from each other. You could just jump onto that square with Mathas and twat that guy, and I can deal with the crossbow in this turn.
Yeah, right. I'll do that. I'm gonna go twat this guy.
Save me for the faith.
Yep. So that's 2 stamina to run up to him. So don't do your heavy attack or the party wipes. So you can do your regular attack and hope for the love of God that you kill it. Because if you don't, you might want to reroll this one. At least you've still got that. All right,
Here
straight
we
up
go.
two black dice. Or you've only got to get 2. That's easy. Anybody could do that. Anybody. You have the skills to pay the bills. Look at that. It's very dead.
Hey,
That's
my first
over dead. Over dead is what that is. There you go. All right. Cool. Aggro's on me. It's my turn. That token keeps just disappearing into the atmosphere. I don't know what the gravity set on this board is, but it is wrong. I'm going to get shot at by this crossbow hollow. Guess who doesn't care? Yep, that would be me. I'm going to roll towards the bastard. I only need to roll 1 of these 2 green dice in order to do it. Ba 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 ba. Wah 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 wah. It moves away from the player with aggro, which is there, and I take it in the face. Is what I do. I'll take 3 damage in the face. No problem. What could possibly go wrong? I also take a stamina for rolling in that direction, and I will roll towards the thing. I'm then going to run at it and try and murder it. And I just realized there is a Vocal OC remix track in the background, which is unacceptable. We're going to skip that track for the betterment of humanity. 1, 2, that's 2 stamina. We must murder this thing or we're in a lot of trouble. There we go.
I'm praying for you back here.
Do I just go heavy on this thing? It's the only thing left. I've got the stamina. It would leave me with 1 block. Let's just go heavy on it. How could I possibly fail to get 2 on 3 dice minus 1?
You also have a reroll, just in case?
Have you been watching this game?
Yeah. Past performance is not indicative of future results. All right, Dan? We know this. Basic principle. Come on. Up we go. All we need is love. Wah, 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 wah. You motherfucker.
Welcome to Dark Souls!
How did this happen? How did this happen to me?
It's okay.
You said, what could possibly go wrong? And then...
I'm just estusing this, aren't I? Because...
We have a reroll, right?
God.
You still have a reroll?
So we have a slight problem here. Actually, we're fine. We can't die. Here's my justification. The next person with the aggro token is Dan. You're going to lose 2 stamina, which means you have 4 left on the bar. You literally cannot die. I'm going to Estus to refresh everything. We're not re-rolling this. I'm Estusing. Just makes a lot more sense. Lovely.
Okay.
There you go. Delete all of this. Perfect. All right. Dan's turn. Remove 2 of those. Just delete them. We have infinite in the bag, so just hit the delete on those tokens. Much easier.
That doesn't work.
Grab them, maybe?
It's because they're locked. They're locked because you're not GM, I guess. I don't know if that's actually. There you go. I've just promoted you, which may be a mistake. Please don't screw with the board. There we go. You're both been promoted. You can now delete.
Oh my God! Look at the new options that just appeared.
No,
I know.
Please do not. All right, it's moving away from the aggroed player, which will be you. It's going in the corner. It's going to shoot at you for what?
Are you sure it's my turn, not Mathas' turn?
It's going clockwise, right?
It's like turn and aggro are different.
No, activation and aggro are different.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, activation stays on you till the end of the account that goes to the next one. You're absolutely right. It is Mathas' turn.
All right.
Which
I can't die either.
That's still fine. In fact, it's even better, isn't it? Don't you get rid of 2 black there? Yes.
My 2 black
No.
gone.
I will. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will
You want to put your 2 black back? Yeah. You actually haven't gone yet. I'm an idiot. All right. But
So
you're fine.
can I roll these? Yeah, exactly. Okay, gotcha.
There you go.
All right, let's do it.
All right, shoots at you. Magic resist. You are... you got 1 black dice for magic resist. I just take it. Like, you can take a maximum of 3. That's never going to be too bad, right?
Let's do it. I take 1.
All right, there you go. And take 1 damage. As to what you can do here, you can burn all your stamina to run right at it. You would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4 stamina to reach it from here.
Well,
you
I can't get right up.
Treasure.
I can't go right
Sure
up to it, right?
Because
Because I can't.
He's the range attack. He only has to go 3 to hit it.
You're totally right. Yeah, so you could burn 3 stamina, then poke it if you like.
Poke it, and then I would have to burn. Well, I only get 1 black die because if I don't use any stamina.
Yeah, 33% chance to kill it, I think, with a regular, if you do use your stamina. You could also, of course, use your talisman. All characters within range gain 1 stamina on that, or 1 character within range gains 6 stamina, which would, I believe, include you. You could burn 3 stamina to regain 6. Sort of up to you.
That's
what you want
interesting.
to do, yeah.
Burn 3 to gain. But if I burn 3, does that take effect before I lose the 6? Because if I burn 3, I'm
dead. You die
dead.
immediately.
Yeah,
so maybe don't do that.
Let's not do that. Why don't we just do the 33% chance to thwack it and see if I can kill it?
I think that's pretty good, because even if that doesn't happen, it goes to Dan. We've already discussed Dan possibly die, even because of Dan.
All right. It plopped down.
Even because of me.
I mean, that's less of a roll and more of a giving up halfway through. Let's just roll the dice. There you go. Look at that. That's much, much better. It's not dead.
It's not dead.
But it's okay. It's all right. We're boxing the bastard into a corner. We're going to have it. All right.
So these go now to Dan,
Yep.
right?
Yes. Dan has aggro. It's Dan's turn. Same little thing again. It moves away from the aggro player. It can't. Yeah, it's as far away from the aggro player as it can get. It's going to shoot at the aggro player. Either you dodge or you roll that 1 black dice to resist the 3 damage.
I get rid of my endurance.
Yep.
Remember, you should be able to use delete now. Make it easier.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do that.
Please try not to delete your character card.
Oh my god, I'm definitely never pushing delete ever. I couldn't even spin the board without catapulting everything into orbit. I'm going to try and something this damage. I get to roll 1, don't I?
You do. So you can reduce that damage a bit. You can't fully get rid of it, but you can reduce it.
I'm going to try and reduce the damage. Damage reduction!
That's down to 2. That's not too bad. That's all right. We're not getting to the point where it can murder you, but it's not going to shoot at you for another 2 turns because it's only shooting at the aggro player. So
good.
You're okay. You can't really do much. You can move 1 node for free. That's about all you can do right now.
I'll move over here because it's warmer.
Yep. All right. Moves around. Aggro's now on me. I'm going to dodge this bastard. Everyone knows how great I am at dodging.
Hey, you have literally dodged 50% of the time.
It has never failed. No doubt about it. Okay, so same behavior as before. It tries to move away from me, which it can't because we've sort of boxed it in a corner. So it's where it is. I'm going to roll my dodge dice. I only need to dodge 1 and with no damage for me. Magical dodging. I am the best at dodging. There we go. Easily. And what do? I roll right back into his face. Lovely. All right. Punch it. Full on. 3 dice, 3 stamina, punching. How could I possibly fail? The answer is
like that.
Like that. I am flabbergasted.
Just give up and go home.
It's these moon dice, man. It's these moon dice.
I am the worst assassin in the world.
You're an assassin who can get really close to the opponent and then just screws it up.
I roll right up to it and then just fall over. I realize I have no stamina left and I can't swing it, then it slowly moves away. God! Okay. Right. Mathas has aggro. It's going to shoot at Mathas. Same deal as before. Roll your dice or go for your dodge.
Do I lose any endurance yet or no?
You take off 2, yes.
Okay, good. So I can't die then.
You cannot. No, absolutely cannot.
So I'll just
eventually this thing will whittle us all down. If this thing lives to shoot at Dan, we might be in trouble.
Yay!
All right, I take
2.
1.
Only 1. That's lovely. So if you can kill it, bearing in mind you've boxed it into the corner, that will be good. I'd probably go for the full stamina. How could you possibly fail this swing?
That's what I'm gonna do. All right, let's take it. Let's take 3 endurance.
Come on, just no blank side. That's all you need. That's all you need. There.
Yes,
it's dead.
It's dead.
It's dead. Okay, clear off your health bar. It's dead. We get another 6 souls for the bank.
Yay.
And then we have a decision to make. Also, we get 2 treasure cards from the treasure chest, which we can maybe even use immediately, but that's highly unlikely. So,
have you shuffled the treasure deck already?
Yep, it's all shuffled, but I'll shuffle it again just to make sure.
All right, let's do it.
We'll have to sort of traipse back with these if we want. Okay, first things first. What do we get? It is a Chloranthy ring,
18,
which needs a massive amount of stats.
You need 18 of all 4.
Yes, most of this gear we're going to have to work towards. It's an armor upgrade. That means you can put it on an existing piece of armor. Characters in your node gain 3 stamina at the start of their activations instead of 2. Pretty cool, but obviously can't use it yet. The other treasure we get is another upgrade. This is a weapon upgrade. It's the crystal gem, and we need intelligence to use it. Weapons attack gain 1 extra black die. Very good, but basic weapons generally can't be upgraded with a couple of exceptions. I believe it's in the bottom right-hand corner. That's the number of upgrades they've got. Base weapons can't be upgraded. We're hoping when we go back, we're going to get some weapons. So we have a decision to make. We could do another room, which I'd probably recommend because it's another tier 1 room. Get 6 or maybe 8 more souls, then go back to the bonfire and then spend them, which we'll spend on stats and drawing more treasure cards, which takes 1 soul to draw a new treasure card for the pile. And in terms of stat ups, base to tier 1 is 2 souls. Tier 1 to tier 2 is 4 souls. Tier 2 to tier 3 is 8 souls.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we'll need to start up to use gear. We'll be unboxing quite a lot of it. I would recommend we do another room. I don't really see a reason not to. It is a tier 1.
Because we're fully refreshed, so...
Yeah, we're good. A tier 2 at base would be a bit risky, especially since we're down 2 Estus Flask. But I think a tier 1 room should be fine.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it, tier 1.
Yeah. Barrel. No, you don't hit barrels. There's nothing in barrels in this game. They're just designed to block it. You have to use a stamina to roll through them and break them. All right, onward into the ruined keep.
Same
which is simple enough. It's just two bowmen and 1 hollow this time. And there's a gravestone, which sort of just hangs around. And I think powers up the boss because it's there, but that's not really important to know right now. So we take a gravestone. It's going right here. No treasure in this room, but 6 souls worth of monsters. So if we can get one of those bowmen.
Wait, so am I just as tanky as Dan right now with my armor? I rolled 2. So
yep. There's a slight problem with you in that you can't attack things at melee range. You have to move backwards to use your spear. That's why he's a better tank than you are.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, because the chat made a good point. Maybe I should go in first because I have an Estus and he does not.
Yeah.
Well, if we look at the monster positioning.
Yeah, let's look at that.
Yeah. You could position yourself in the corner. If you position yourself in the middle, the monsters are going. Bear in mind, it's 2 bowmen. We know they move away from the player with the aggro once, and then they shoot. And the hollow's going to run right at you. So it's not the worst idea ever. I think because there's 2 bowmen, bearing in mind I'm the master of dodging, I go in first. They shoot at me, I roll straight into them, and then I kill them all.
You have an Estus as well, so give it a shot.
I don't. My Estus is being used, but I have a reroll and a heroic action. And if I use backstab, I can roll into one of those bowmen for an immediate counterattack on a dodge. So I'm thinking, let me go in first.
All right, give it a shot. Let's do it.
Yeah. Because I'm the assassin. And I'm going to go right here. You guys go where you like.
Can I go in a different room? One that we killed him.
Can you just go?
No.
Can you?
We killed that guy.
It's all right.
You got your treasure, Dan. Go retire.
I'll just guard us from the rear, just in case.
This is a game about sharing and caring.
It is surprisingly co-op for Dark Souls.
Yes. Yep, it is. You can definitely do this solo. There is a solo mode. I think you start with like 16 souls, so you can immediately start up and get some treasure, so you go in without your base gear. There's also a campaign mode, which is kind of neat, where you play several games of this. Everything's cost is kind of doubled, and there's a bunch of different characteristics and stuff.
I think solo and campaign modes also known as play the video game.
Yeah, you could. I like this because it's easier than the video game, and I could play it.
This has less spiders in it. Yay!
It's a bit more RNG. But
I wonder if they'll ever. I mean, I don't know how they would do it, but like an expansion that has to do with somehow invasions or something. That would be cool.
Oh yeah, that would be neat. So what they probably do. By the way, when you see the boss, you're gonna shit yourself because it's so cool. Each boss has a deck that gives it a attack pattern order that is randomly determined by the deck. But after we do a certain amount of damage, it hits the next phase, and they put a special attack into the deck and then reshuffle the order of the entire deck. So it's pure AI attack pattern, just like a boss. And it has like a big quadrant system where it swings in front of it and behind it and stuff. It's amazing. But I mean, their expansions that they're coming out with are just a bunch of new bosses. I've already pre-ordered the Gaping Dragon. which is like a $60 giant fucking dragon size of a room, which I thought was kind of neat.
That's awesome.
All right.
That's nice.
All right, our strategy is pretty damn solid. I like it. So the activation moves. Have we already moved the activation? It's on Dan right now. Is that right? Probably. Aggro is on me, though. But that does mean that Dan gets to move first, but then it'll go straight. And this won't matter because with my dodge, I think I can trigger my heroic action after a dodge even when it's not my turn. So, yeah, it may attack the enemy he dodged. So, yeah. I can maybe kill one of these dudes immediately if I've done this right.
So should Dan go to the guy in the corner then and go screw his shit up?
Sure. Yeah. I'm just trying to think if this guy could move away from me because bear in mind crossbow hollow's move away from the aggro player, which is me. So it might work. The alternative being that he could just stay where he is and twat the hollow soldier that's going to run right at us. That would work too. Okay. First things first. So. Who moves first? It is the hollow soldier moves first. It moves towards the closest. So that's us. And it's going to swing. I have aggro, so it's going to swing at me. I can use this dodge. We could maybe make this work here. So I'm going to roll dodge on it. The master of dodging once again. Now, we know they're going to move. So I think... to kind of restrict his movement, I think I'm going to use this roll to roll into this guy. I don't believe I can use my heroic after that, because I think you've got to use it on the guy that you dodged. Yes, so I can't use that yet. But I'm in the corner. Okay, that's moved. He's attacked. So behavior for the crossbow dudes. Wrong one. They're going to move back from the aggro player, then attack for 3. So this guy's going to move as far away from me as he can. That's here. This guy... is going to move in this direction. This is kind of perfect because it sets it up for a poke.
Yeah, nice little poke.
Mathas as well. Yeah. All right, so they're both going to shoot at me. I'm just going to go for dodging again because I could maybe pull off a backstab on this crossbow hollow if I pull this off correctly. So I'm going to dodge that guy first, which I successfully do. And now who's getting stabbed? Yes, it is. My heroic action, once per spark. After making a successful dodge, I may immediately attack the enemy that I dodged. It doesn't cost stamina, which is kind of lovely, innit?
So wait, the dodging you did didn't cost you any stamina?
No, the attack doesn't.
Oh, okay, the attack
indicates
doesn't.
I believe that I can do a heavy on that then as a result. So that's exactly what I'll do. We're going to murder it. Easy life. Easy game. Crossbow hollow immediately dead. Okay, Dan's turn.
Cool.
So... you can move or you can whack it.
I should whack that bloke who's in front of me.
I think that's exactly what you should do. I think that's a brilliant idea. I'm going to reset that so we don't have that anymore. There we go.
I'll just get a dice out first. Hit. All right. Oh, did that go out? No, where'd it get back in? Oh my god.
You got it.
You've got to take it. There you go. You got to take it all the way out. Otherwise,
there we go. All right, ready? Here we go.
That's it.
You did it.
Yeah!
Look at this. This room is getting destroyed. All right, that one's gone too. All right. The aggro now moves. It moves to Mathas, which... nope, I'm Oh, never mind. Yeah, sorry. It's my turn. Aggro is still on me. Yeah, okay. And then the aggro will move when it's Mathas's turn. Okay, so it's me now. All right, there's just the crossbow dude. So I'm going to go for the dodge again. Get rid of my 2 stamina. I don't know where the green dice went. We'll get another one. There we go. All I gotta roll is a single dodge. Easy peasy. Oh, there we go. Easy, no problem. That's what we like to see. I'm moving here. The crossbow hollow now attempts to move away, but it cannot because there is a gravestone there. How unfortunate. Foretelling of its doom, perhaps. An omen. So... you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move into it, which I'm going to assume you can only move diagonally. Please, draw some lines.
I know, God.
Yeah, it's really irritating. It's like, can I move there or can't I? I don't know. I assume I can. Okay, so 2 stamina to move there for me. We did the dodge, so that's 1 as well. And I'm just going to go for it. Well, just a full-on attack. No reason why not. So, here we go. Because we're going to clear this room, then we're going to go back to that bonfire and get some lovely upgrades. It's very dead. There we go. Cleared.
Nicely done.
Easy.
Hey!
All right, 6 more souls. So you want a bonfire so we can go get some stuff? Sounds great. All right, we're back to the
So when we bonfire, does every single room reset, though?
Absolutely.
It's
Dark Souls. That's exactly what it does.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay.
Yeah, except for the treasure, because it's Dark Souls. We don't get that.
Yeah,
all right.
That's true.
We are back. So, these things that we picked up, that we were just carrying around with us, they're now in this pile. Anyone can take these. Anybody. It's all good.
If you can equip them.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of us can equip them yet.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 things we can do here. We got our Firekeeper. That lets us stat up. And we've got our Blacksmith. That lets us grab stuff from the treasure pile. Now, generally speaking, you want to grab a bunch of stuff from the treasure pile first, then decide amongst ourselves what can we most efficiently spend our souls on to stat up so that we can use this gear.
How many souls does it take to pop something out of the treasure pile?
Just 1. Nice and cheap.
All right. Yeah, I'd say we at least grab a few, see what we get.
Yeah, let's start pulling. Okay, so a Titanite Shard. That's a lovely one because it costs nothing to use, but we do need an upgradable weapon. So this is going to sit around for somebody. That's really good, though. That's a good start. Okay, next one. Firelink armor. Strength and intelligence for this one. Very good armor. It's 2 upgrade slots and a blue block dice for both physical and magical. Not black. Blue is much, much better.
That's something that looks like it's going to go pretty much right to Dan. I think he should be able to knock that with 1 upgrade in strength and 1 upgrade in intelligence.
That is absolutely true. Yeah, he could. So I think we immediately assign that item to Dan.
Yeah, I agree.
That is a super cheap upgrade. So we can take 4 off it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't pay for this. There we go. 1 off there. That's all yours, Dan. So move your strength and intelligence to tier 1 and take yourself the Firelink armor.
What do I do with the other armor? Just get
It just goes in the pile.
Yeah.
It's like
we can
other people can grab it, I'm assuming.
Yeah, if
what's
they
the
like.
little box icon in the bottom right? That to me.
The box icon in the bottom right?
On the armor, on the bottom right.
That means you have 2 upgrade slots in there. So you can upgrade that. Remember earlier we got that ring and that crystal shard? So crystal shard is for weapon, but the ring was for armor. You can't use that yet, but if you had 18 of every stat, you totally could. So just bear in mind. We might pull some upgrades at some point during this. So we're down to 12 souls. So I suggest we pull...
Yeah, another one.
Shadow armor. So this is faith and dexterity.
Ooh.
Dex, what's the dex needed? Tier 2 for me?
Yeah, it's a piece of assassin armor, really.
Oh, yeah,
it's got the little assassin icon. But I mean, it's still insane. I would have to be I would have to be tier 4 to use that, and I would need tier 3 in faith. So that's basically useless. Yeah. So that's garbage.
So that costed 1.
Now. Yeah, it did. Let's draw another. This looks good. Eastern Iron Shield.
Just straight 28 dex.
Yeah, 28 dex. It's a blue block dice rather than a black one.
That's a tier 2 for you, TB?
No, tier 3, I think, isn't it? 28 dex, yeah.
Tier 2.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I'd have to spend 6 souls to get there. Bear in mind, I'm mostly dodge. I mean, it gives me a nice alternative, but I'm not too worried about that right now. I think we'll probably just put that to the side.
Okay.
All right, another one.
Yep.
It's a weapon. It's a very good weapon, but it's a very costly to use weapon. Sorcerer's Staff. Extremely powerful weapon. You need 15 strength and 30 intelligence.
I need to go to tier 3 intelligence to get that.
Yeah, which is... We could get you there, I think. Oh god, we could give you that weapon.
But it's a staff and I'm a warrior.
But look at how powerful it is. Look at that.
What's an orange dice?
It's insane. It's an orange dice. That goes up to 4. It's nuts.
Ooh, nice.
That is bonkers.
These bunkers.
It's really good. I don't know what that thing's got all sorts of... There's an orange dice, and then it does
It goes Super Saiyan, and then you get 3 waves of Magic Wand.
So does it cost more souls per higher tier to upgrade? Okay, so to get him to 30, just 30 intelligence, how many souls is that going to cost us at this point?
For that, we can't afford it. Yeah, it would actually be 12 souls. We only have 10. But it's something we should bear in mind for when we come back.
Into the treasure pile it goes, but I think that's a really good potential. Why don't we pop maybe 1 or 2 more?
Yeah, because there's no point in kind of starting up if there's nothing we can use. Because we know unless we get all the way up to here, or maybe even get to the boss, there's probably no more treasure. So it's only here that really matters. Ooh, this is probably for you. This is a spell.
Straight up 22 intelligence.
That's really good, though.
I can get there by going to tier 2. Which would be 2.
Totally attainable, isn't it? That's 2 plus 4.
Hang on. It's 22. You are on intelligence.
Oh,
you
yeah.
get to 29.
You couldn't get there.
Tier 3.
I'm looking at the knight. Oops, I'm looking at the knight. Yeah,
I can get it. I can get to 27. I could use it.
That's true.
So
I'm 1 away from it.
You already got an upgrade, damn it.
I get the upgrade. I'm more than willing to go in, and I'm actually like.
So is there a limitation? Can you cast it in like point blank range and stuff?
No, I can't cast it point. Actually, this one you can cast point blank.
Oh, it's all area of effect stuff as well.
Yeah, this is a really strong like area of effect spell with crazy effects. 6 souls gets me to tier 2 intelligence, and I can use that.
Ooh.
Well, if we're gonna do it, we might as well wrap it with that then, and do that, and then save the last 2 souls that we'll have.
4.
Did you burn the one for picking this up?
Yeah.
Okay, so then 4. You might as well bank those for now then.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm seeing there might be something in that pile that I don't think there's anything in the pile you could use on a startup, but maybe you should check through it just in case, because we can afford 2 of your stats to tier 1 if you want.
Well, if I'm gonna bump a stat to tier 1, I might as well make it faith, at least, and just leave, and maybe just leave it there for now.
Yeah. I mean, there's really no point in spending it if you absolutely know you can't equip anything. Like, it's worth just holding on to it, because the stats literally do nothing else other than that. So you wouldn't gain any benefit.
All right. Yeah, that's true. Do we want to pop a couple more cards then?
We might as well, because we might get lucky and get something that we can use. All right, so I upped my intelligence to tier 2. I'll have to double check the rules about swapping items. I know you can do that, but I'll just check that in a minute.
All right, let's pop at least 2 more.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what else we got. So there's one. It's a Dragon Crest shield.
21 faith, 21 strength.
It's a very good shield. Could anybody practically use that?
I would need
definitely it's a U shield, certainly, or a Knight shield. We don't have the Knight with us. Yeah, you could get your faith to tier 1, but you can't get your strength there, not with the amount of souls we have. But it is sitting there for you at some point. You know, we will be back here once more before the boss, so...
All right, let's do it. Last one.
A winged spear.
22 faith, 20 strength. Like, same thing. It's
exactly the same, yeah.
My next upgrade, I can grab a new weapon and a new shield just with stat upgrades.
Yeah, and it has an upgrade slot as well, so you'd be able to put stuff on it as well. We might as well spend for 2 more treasures then. Or we could hold on for 2. Because what we do that run again, we get 18, and then we hit the tier 2. That's probably going to be like 8 to 10 more. If we do that whole run, go back once more, and then just run through to the boss, that's probably the way to do it.
Sounds good to me.
And with my AoE, we can clear a lot of these rooms out nice and quickly now. So I guess let's spend the 2 more.
Yep.
East-West shield.
It's just
28 int. I can have that, can't I?
You're on 27. What off?
Oh, damn. Yeah, you're totally right. Yep. Okay, never mind. And one more. Great axe.
Oh, God.
Ooh,
yeah. 32 strength, 22 dexterity.
Not quite there yet.
Nobody is using that in a million years. Not yet, but it is very strong. So we have an upgrade path.
All right. We've got.
Let's. Should we take a 5-minute break and then we come back? We're gonna run all of that all the way up to the fog gate.
I think it's a good idea. I'm gonna grab a drink.
That lets me quickly check the rules about switching items. So at least we got something out of that.
Yeah.
We made Dan a little less likely to die in the first room, and we gave me a magic spell which will hopefully wipe out everything in the room very, very quickly. So
Hooray!
Yeah, that seems like a really good upgrade. All right, 5-minute break, folks. We're back in the CoOptional Lounge, a little bit more Dark Souls.